Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL. It's great to be with you tonight. This is a Monday evening, October 24th. If you're new, you'll see a QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Just open up your phone camera app, point it to that QR code, and touch the little yellow oval. I'll take you on my link tree. Lots of great information for you and those you care so much about. You know, we start on a Saturday with a brand new master topic, and we roll all the way through the week, and we end on a Friday. So great to have you here, and hopefully you guys gain some great wisdom and knowledge from our show. And I want to thank our friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates for being with us again. Really do appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for caring. It really means a lot to me. Let's get into the master topic, shall we? How to stay focused. And we're on the series of episode number 3. So, focus. We talked about this before, that it is a skill, right? It's a skill that I feel a lot of people, they lack. Why? I think the reason they lack it is for a very interesting reason. A reason that maybe people don't want to admit. Maybe. But nevertheless, they still find that this is something that's interesting. And so when we think about being focused, right? Whether you were talking about shooting a gun, whether you're talking about aiming at a target like with a bow and arrow, maybe you're thinking about fishing and you have to be focused, right? So that you're in the moment and so that you're not distracting your fish. Maybe you have to be focused because you're playing a game like The Cube on TV. Or maybe you have to be focused because you're trying to be creative and you want a way that it can happen without stressing you. And so the real truth about, being focused is that it has a lot of benefits. One of the big benefits is that it will help you become a better version of yourself because it will help you reach those things that you never knew that you actually could manage. And I think that's really the biggest thing I want to share with you tonight is that making a choice in life, right? Making a choice. And so making a choice to be the one that is going to want to listen, but it's going to want to be intently concerned about what's going on. That's right. I said intently concerned. So intently concerned means that you as a person understand that life is something we need to thrive at, okay? Not just survive. I think that's probably a big lesson. And when we think about focus, what else do you think we need to focus on in our lives? Well, we sometimes have to focus on success. We have to focus on what we're doing in our life, okay? We have to focus on making a choice. Now, making a choice sounds like a very simple thing. And although it's simple, I think it may not be exactly what you're looking for. Because if we were to do exactly what we were looking for, then we would understand that there is a perspective difference. There's a perspective difference. And so making that perspective might sound pretty easy for some, but it's actually not that easy. Because those subtle shifts that we have in our mind, okay, for whatever reason, can be a problem. And so when I think about being focused, I think about putting all my intention on something with all my mind, with all my heart, and with all my soul. Okay. And so if we could think about that for just a moment, literally just a moment, you'd be able to get a different view of what's going on, different view, a view that could make your life really interesting, a view that could give you an edge to be the best that you could be. Let's think about something else you need when you focus. So we talked about in the lab, under a microscope, right? But there are lots of other places you need to be focused. Maybe you're playing sports and you need to focus on the ball, or maybe you're in another sport and you have to be really concentrating on your time and how you jump or you dive, right? And I think everything becomes part of a collective. And when we can understand that, I feel that our life is going to change. Now, I have to tell you that the change does not happen overnight. It does not happen overnight. And the reason is because we're constantly morphing, we're constantly learning about what is it? What is it? And if we can just maybe reach for the stars for a moment, and we can understand that where we are now happened because of what we thought of before. Now that sounds kind of wild, doesn't it? But it's really the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. Thinking about a perspective, thinking about a choice, staying focused will allow us to do tasks that require extreme concentration, tasks that require on point balance, things that if one point of our body was not in alignment, it wouldn't even be possible. Being focused allows us to know whether we're in tune with the other people singing. Being focused means that we as a person or as a group know that there's something we're trying to stay in beat with. Think of it like a metronome, right? If we're focused on the metronome and the count of the music and how it works, without getting too much into that, the more we do that, the more that the metronome just sort of becomes like second nature to us. So if I had to ask you right now, what things do we need to focus on in life? What things? So exercise, meditation, another might be, we're driving, we have to focus, we have to concentrate. Maybe when we're listening, we need to focus, because if we don't focus, then we're going to miss what the person's actually saying to us. But the question I have for you is, do you focus on what's important in life, or do you just focus on what you seem to have time for? Do you feel your goals, or do you just sort of just go through them and don't even notice one difference from the other? Is your day full of joy, or is it one of pain? focus. When you go to bed tonight, imagine that tomorrow will be the best day ever of your life. Get in touch with the why you're doing something, not the how, but the why. I've said this before, when your why becomes loud enough, you'll manifest. When you open your eyes at the beginning of the day, when you close them at the end, in between what seemed like a part, which was your life, do you know what's going on? Even if in the future you're only ever to experience one day at a time? Or is it just a fleeting moment? Now, I know I've said the word focus a million times, but if I said to you, I want you to focus before you give me the answer, or I want you to focus before you make a decision, I want you to focus before you do the magic trick, I want you to focus before you take the soccer shot, I want you to focus before you take the free throw, I want you to focus before you hit the ball, I want you to focus before you pitch, I want you to focus before you catch the ball, I want you to focus before you give the presentation, I want you to focus before you exercise, I want you to focus before you eat, I want you to focus before you talk, I want you to focus before you eat, I want you to focus for just a moment before you give gratitude. I want you to focus in life before you create anything. I want you to focus before you attempt to set a goal. I want you to focus before you attempt to touch or show compassion to another person. Now, these things may seem very deep, and they are. Because when we focus, we're able to take the mind, we're able to connect it to the heart. And we've learned from heart math and other studies that when we click the heart and the mind together, something happens. We transform from where we are now to where we will be. I want you to focus right now in being the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. And each day, I want you to focus that you can become even better. And you know something? You absolutely can. Focus. Focus your life. Focus where you want to go in life. Focus what's happening in your world. Focus on a play. Focus on reading a book. Focus on cooking. Focus on baking. Focus on listening to music. Focus on playing music. Focus on being the best that you can be every single day of your life. Focus on being positive. Focus on being creative. Focus on being understanding. I think that life was meant to be focused. Because if you lived your life out of focus, it'd be a blur. And you'd miss all the subtleties, all the beauty that exists, all because you just didn't take the time to focus. What would happen if you took a camera and it wasn't autofocus and you just went up there and shot and you didn't even manually focus? You have a blur. And at the end of the day, if you took 100 pictures, you'd have a blur of life. Is your life a blur? Or do you focus and channel your energy to be the best version of yourself and helping others become better versions of themselves? Do you focus on trying to be an example for others? Do you focus when you volunteer? Do you focus when you listen to the rain or the air outside? Do you focus when there's an emergency? Focus is the key to tapping into the potential of your limitless possibilities. In closing, how many times have you used the word focus in the last day? If you haven't used it, write it down and start making focus something you will start doing tomorrow. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this amazing evening. I hope you'll like, love, and support my channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on all social media. Be sure to go to my YouTube channel, John space C space MORLEY space serial entrepreneur, and look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a savory slice of watermelon, a refreshing beverage, or a delicious hot chocolate with marshmallows. Either way, we'll be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to make the subtle shifts to change your life into becoming a person you've always desired to be. Have yourself a great rest of the night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone.